Hello and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. My name is Spanj. Welcome back to the Brotherhood of Farr. Now, last week I asked you guys for help. I set a challenge to build some POIs for the Brotherhood of Farr in an attempt to try and get this faction added to the game, and or in some way either went to the base game or maybe even Project Eden and things like that. And you guys have responded fantastically. I have been thoroughly impressed by the number of you that have taken on this challenge and produced a number of POIs. Already we have quite a few POIs already produced by you guys, and this is impressive work. This is really impressive work. I'm really liking the look of these. Farr is an interesting faction because they're both technological but also medieval in a way. A lot of you have been asking me a little bit more about the backstory of them, but bear in mind they're a medieval society that have been technologically accelerated into the space age by this trade deal with Polaris. They've essentially bought their way into technological existence. So, a lot of their stuff is made out of standard sort of concrete and stuff like that. So I really like the contrast in POIs that I'm starting to see from you guys. We've got things like a farm and homestead, basic houses made out of basic materials. And then we've got quite advanced looking new technological stuff like the trade center here. And then of course any space POI is going to be looking fairly technological and stuff like that as well. I'm going to quickly go through, I say quickly, I'm probably going to go through I'm going to try and go through all of these POIs today. I've not been through them. This is the first time I've spawned them in. And yes, I've spawned them in space here. I haven't had time to integrate them into a planet as actual POIs yet, but that is something that I'm planning on doing. I'm going to get all these POIs and any other POIs that you guys send to me onto a planet just like that one over there. We're going to get them into some Polaris style territory. We'll set them up as Polaris POIs basically, and so that they actually spawn. So these ones that you can see with the filler blocks, and filler blocks are these blue square things. For now, just imagine that is just grass and dirt and stuff. That's what filler blocks do. Essentially, they just replicate the ground that the POI is spawned on. So it looks like all these plants and things like that will just be growing out of the ground. So yeah, apologies, it looks a bit rough because obviously it's in space, but I will sort it out onto a proper planet and we'll have all these POIs all spawned in properly and functioning. Let's have a quick look at these POIs. First up, we've got the farm here set up by Gunner77. Thank you very much, Gunner. This is looking really good. I really like the whole kind of moisture farm style thing that we got the antennas going on here, and obviously the farm outside. We've got the gold and blazoning sort of patterns on there on the outside of the farm there. So yeah, really nice. And obviously we've got the sort of medieval style thatch roof kind of look going on as well. So old build mixed with sort of newish technology and just sort of given some gold kind of details to liven it up a little bit. Nice, good contrast there. Very nice sort of use of all these sort of talon blocks as well, really giving that kind of contrast between the sort of old and new as well. And I like these floating sort of flame thingies that you got going on here. One point I would say is that the texturing on the outside of the building here is a little plain. If you could mix it up a little bit, that would be great. I like to sort of start with one lower layer of stone and then add the wood kind of effects above that, and then I think having sort of this sort of wood texture I'd associate with a floor rather than as walls. So maybe just go with the standard sort of planks along the top there. I think might look a little bit better. The roof is looking great though. I think you've done a great choice on the roof. It really does look like thatch. So good stuff. These sort of gold emblazoning things, if there's a way to indent them into the wall somehow without affecting the inside obviously, then that would be really cool. You might need to extend the wall out slightly, but inset them in. I think it looks a little bit, you see how we got on the space station here, they're sort of set into a block rather than just sort of strapped on the outside, because the gold should really form part of the building, if you know what I mean, rather than just being an accessory. But other than that, really good look. I'm not sure about this trough thing on the top here as well. I don't know if you could do a similar sort of thing to this, but embed that into the roof as well would look really cool. But yeah, otherwise, really nice work. Let's have a quick look inside. The door is over here, and there's one at the front here. Now, my first reaction is, oh god, my eyes. If I'm honest. You've gone hard with the gold, and that's great. I mean, they are all about the gold, but don't forget that basic building materials like wood wouldn't be gold. I assume you use this texture to try and make it look like kind of gold bars lining the walls, but that wouldn't happen for a farm. A farm would still be a relatively working building, so I would tone down the sort of gold color texturing inside and make it more of a feature rather than the actual building material that it's made of. So things like the Farr symbol there being gold plated is perfect. Some of the furniture being gold, like the fridge, is fine. The whole lot though is a little too much in my opinion. However, that being said, excellent. You could do with a few more accessories in here, but this is a good little room in here. Everything looks perfectly normal. You've got some nice statues, a bit of nice space, some modern sort of furniture to contrast with the old style building. And then we got around here, we've got a nice bathroom and bed. You could maybe bring the ceiling down a little bit as well, just because this is quite a high space, or you put things dangling from the ceiling to kind of fill this empty void up here, give it something interesting to look at. Other than that though, nice space. Yeah, just tone it down with the gold a little bit. Now there is a spoiler warning attached with all these, so if you want to just sort of wait until these POIs are in the game and we actually run them as part of the test, then that's great. But what I am going to be doing is showing the whole POI, including the sort of the trapdoors and stuff that are in here. So if you don't want to see that, then you might want to look away now. But essentially, there's a trapdoor here with a switch that then leads to a secret underground dungeon, which I think is fantastic. And again, you've done a great job here because you've got stone walls and a different texture on the floor, which is perfect, as the way it should be. I like to also put a different texture on the ceiling as well, but that's okay. You've got this in places again with this sort of gold wood stuff going on here. This is all good. So a nice ziggy-zaggy path all the way through here, which is good. It sort of builds tension. Nice surprise. Ah, a gun. Some defenses. I like it. Oh yeah, some more pop-out stuff. And then we've got... I don't know what these... I'm not going to pull these switches. I don't want to find out what they do. But then we've got this kind of funky high-tech room here. And I really like the fact that you've got... Your ceiling here is different. Again, sort of take it easy with the gold stuff. The floor could just be a regular floor. It doesn't need to be... gold, as it were. And you know, this is going to be like a working room, so giving it some more like cable textures or steel textures and stuff would be really, really good. But he's got some fantastic LCD work on here. We got this warning: outer perimeter breach, initiate data wipe, and then we've got file deleted coming up on these LCDs and stuff, which is brilliant. I wonder if it's possible if you could set a timed signal logic in here so that these LCDs start turning off after a certain amount of time. I think would look really cool. So you got the deletion in progress, and then they just sort of start turning off, and the whole thing just starts shutting down. One thing I would say with this particular LCD is current agent status. Really, really nice touch. I like that. But change agent to Templar. Farr Templars are kind of like the secret police of the Brotherhood of Farr. They wouldn't be called any agents, they'd be called Templars. So yeah, just a little change there, but current operations and stuff. Yeah, that's all good. That's all good. Really kind of shady stuff in here. I like it. And then of course you've got then door through to the core and the final room. I think the loot that you've got in here is perfect. You've got a red container, a couple of the sort of basic white containers. It's not an armed POI from the outside. There's just a few spawns and sentries in here. So I think the loot balance you've got in here is perfect. Really, really, really good build. Really good POI. I like the progression. I'll actually run it properly when I get the planet sorted. Just a few points on texturing, just to sort of break it up a little bit. All the walls being the same texture in here it's a bit overwhelming. The color is a bit overwhelming. Go easy on the gold. I know that they say that everything is about gold, but especially a farm, a working building, should not be completely covered in gold floor to ceiling. But very, very strong. Very, very strong first start on the farm there. Thank you very much, Gunnar. Appreciate it. So the next one is the Hand of Farr, and this is by Akeva. Akeva, thank you. I am already absolutely loving the look of this thing. The minimalist surface presence of this POI is fantastic. It just looks like a monument and stuff. 4 flat cannons, perfect armament for a FAR POI. Nothing that the player can't dodge or is going to really cause a lot of damage. Something they can avoid and take out with a little bit of effort. Perfect. And a bit of solar panel on here. I love these. Actually, a rare occurrence on FAR stuff is solar power, but it makes absolute sense. Yeah, just I don't. Yeah, no, this is great. I'm trying to think of feedback items, but no, I think you've done a fantastic job with the outside here. I wouldn't change a thing. This is nice. Let's have a look inside. I think you've got a really good balance on the gold to the other colours going on here, with the sort of greys and the dark greys and stuff, and the gold. You missed a spot. The gold highlights on some of the objects is perfect. Really bang on. Should we power this up? Let's have a little bit of power in here. Maybe I need some power in my inventory. Oh, you do. Oh, it's solar powered. Of course, it's not gonna. Right. Okay, it's perfectly solar powered, so I can't put energy into it. But all right. So we've got elevators down into spawners. Okay, we've got a bit of power now. So yeah, golden donut room. I'm not quite sure what these are supposed to be. Do let me know, Akeva, in the comments and stuff. Yeah, let me know. I like this because actually, do you know what this looks like? Something the Xerax would have built, or the Polaris would have built, which fits perfectly with the few little gold highlights that you got going on in here. Very nice. There's the core. There is the core. Very basic. A little holding cell as well. I love that. This is a brilliant little POI. So the loot you've got is the equivalent of rare. So they're basically the yellow ones that we know. You've got 2 in there. You just think this is it, isn't it? I think 2 rare. Maybe I would swap one of these out, Akeva, for a very rare. Just 1 very rare and 1 rare because of the 4 flak turrets on the surface here. These 4 will stop you from really getting in here until you have a decent SV at least, a very decent SV or hopper tank at least, which means you're going to be quite far into the game. And then if you get through to that and get through here and you find just 2 yellow containers, that might be a little bit low in my opinion. So if you swap one of those out for a red, I think you're bang on. Do let me know what the donut is supposed to do. I'm missing this, but very nicely textured. I think the proportions of the gold and the grey are spot on, and I really like the simplicity that you've gone for here with the surface and the inside. I think you could maybe expand on it as well with another version. Have this version as a basic and a more advanced version, perhaps with some harder hitting turrets that expands further into the space that you've got with all these filler blocks here. But yeah, very nice. Thank you, Akeva. Next up, we've got the home. This is a Farisian house, and this is by Stubert. Stubert, thank you very much for this. I really like the whole tower theme of this house. It's very cool, and it's very modern FAR home because it's got the tower on the top there, so it is properly praise FAR kind of styling. Really nice. I like, again, you've done pretty well there on the whole ratio of texture from the sort of steel grey kind of look and then the gold stuff going on. I'm curious what building materials you've used here. I assume this is just standard steel blocks. Yeah, this looks sort of like all steel. That's fine. Okay, that's good. So a very modern FAR home because it's steel construction and it's got the FAR tower on the top there. Let's have a look inside. Oh yeah, and look at this. And you've got some of the more traditional items in here. So you've gone full on contrast between old school stuff and modern technology. Very nice. Little fuel tank behind the fridge there. Medical chamber. Food processor. The core here, I would move that to perhaps in the wall here behind this generator maybe. I think as in someone's home you won't be standing necessarily on the core. Other than that though, nice. Brilliant. Okay, so this is like a little dining room area. Maybe it's upstairs. Brilliant. The broadcast starting soon. In FAR we trust. Fantastic. There we go. Obviously got the bedroom, and there's a loot container up here as well. No spawners though. It would be nice to have a couple of people wandering around in here, if that's possible. But yeah, very, very modern home, moved in by a very sort of traditional family. Pizza oven in the bedroom. Yes. Okay, I think you've done very well on the texturing. I think there's a few points I would change personally, but I think you've done well. I think this is a typical sort of old versus new, where you've got the sort of the medieval people living in a new home with full of technology. They're going to bring in their old school tables and fire things like that because they don't really know any different. And then, you know, they've got this TV. I love that. Maybe on this floor as well, add, I don't know, some modern furnishings to go with the really old furnishings and stuff. Because this room, I'm not sure what it's supposed to be. You've got dining up here as well. So is this a living room, dining room? Think about that. Move that core. Yeah, and yeah, otherwise I think you've done well. Very nice little modern Far home with the sort of traditional medieval style stuff inside. It's confusing, isn't it? But that is Far society. It is very confused. Okay, next up, also by Stubert here, is the Homestead. So this is again it's a very sort of medieval, almost Western style kind of home this is, with the whole kind of balcony thing going on here. So you've got this sort of contrast between old and new again, because you've got new windows and stuff, modern doors, and then you've got random like fishing racks and stuff out on the porch, which is brilliant. Inside again, you need to do something with these cores, my friend. They need to go somewhere other than in the floor. They need to go, I think, for a home. I don't know, maybe where that cargo box is would be good. Find some space in the wall, maybe behind the toilet here would be good. But yeah, and they need to be somewhere other than the floor, my friend. Yeah, some grow plots in here. You can actually add fully formed plants in here. So if you search harvest in creative mode, you can get some like little harvestable things. So we can add some spice in there, maybe some things, and that will save us with the POI. So you can add those, a little bit more life in here. Again, add some spawners in here. Quite simple to do. You just, you need the alien blocks in creative mode. Select the spawner, and then you use P menu, device, and then you can set what spawns. So you could be alien civilian static or alien civilian 1 fat. Just spawn 1 or 2 of those and have them roaming around inside would be good. Give it a little bit of life. Again, I love this. Look at this storage rack in here, along with the barrels and sacks and stuff like that. Very nice. Very good stuff. Random locker in the middle of the room. I think you've done well again on the sort of the colors and stuff. You've got some gold in here. You could probably add maybe a little bit more gold. Say like get a modern bookshelf or something in here that's gold colored or something that it looks like that they've bought down at the Polaris, the markets or whatever. But yeah, no, that's good. The solar panels on the roof, the real kind of contrast between medieval and modern stuff. And I love the fact that you've got this stuff on the back here, like it's just strapped onto and built into an existing medieval home. Very nice. Thank you, Stu. Top stuff. Next up, this is the Brotherhood Retreat, and this is by Silvershadowtwo, who has been sort of building this on Discord, and I know that I've sort of provided some feedback for you on this one already, Silvershadow, but let's take a look. It is based on the temple itself, which is excellent. I love that you've managed to pick that up and run with it, because that gives a sort of consistency through the designs, where the sort of the temple and stuff is reoccurring architecture. Very, very nice. The retreat. So it's not a temple so much as somewhere where I guess the brothers of Far, the elders, the actual ministers as it were, could come and chillax, relax and stuff like that. So this is nice. I think this is all like recreational meeting space. What you need to do in here is fill it with some spawners and just have some dudes walking around, basically. Just fill it with a little bit of life. I like that you've got Dave here on the reception desk and stuff. That's great. Maybe have I don't know, a guard or something there, like one of the androids just stationed there. And then the rest just sort of, again, put some spawners in here and just spawn some alien civilians to wander around. Maybe have a trader in here as well. It would be a good place to have just a trader. Nothing particularly fancy, but you could put a trader in here that maybe sells some food, snacks, or whatever. Would be good. It's a retreat. They should be able to get a drink, right? Should be a bar in here. But no, you've done well. The color and stuff is spot on. You've got a few rotating of textures to do here and there. Also, sort of these walls are very plain. Maybe where these torches are, you could do some fixture points. Like this one is good, sort of fixed point for torch mountings. This one as well. Just so there's a little bit of variety in the texture throughout these walls. You've got these beams here, they look great, but then there's nothing else coming off of them. You can actually continue these beams, if you like, just into the middle there. Ignore that bit, I didn't mean to do that bit. Oh, that one, there we go. Continue the beams over with the same sort of colour, and that will break the ceiling up a little bit and give a little bit of sort of intrigue into the whole thing. At the moment, it's very, very plain in here. But I think you've got the ratio of the colours correct. Make sure that when you're doing the gold here, what you can do is you can copy from one of the existing POIs that I've published. You can copy the gold color is actually different from what the original color palette is. If you spawn one of my bases in, then click configure, select the gold color, copy, then come out of all of this, go all the way back to your base, and then right click somewhere while pointing to this, go back to configure, click on the same color and paste. You notice it's slightly different, and that way you get the exact same color of gold into your bases as all the other ones have. And that color gold there is like the exact code of gold as according to the internet, so you know it's right. And that way obviously then we're not having different colors of yellow going across all the POIs. You can just copy and paste them straight from the original POIs that I built. So yeah, a little bit of variety in texture here, put some spawners in, add a little bit of life, a little bit of mobility. Let's have a look downstairs then. The Brotherhood of Farr emblazoned there. Lovely stuff. Again, you've got the floor a different texture to the ceiling, which is fantastic, but then the walls are kind of a little bit bare. You've got a few vents in there, which is excellent, but maybe some more extra texturing you can do in here and break it up a little bit. I like that you've got some NPCs sat around in here, but you've got none of them moving around. Again, you can use spawners, add a little bit of extra life in here, fantastic. Add a trader behind here, doing the drinks and stuff, like I said earlier, but maybe down here instead of up there. And then you got oh, she looks sad. She's presenting to a room of nobody. Everybody's ignoring poor Karen at the front there. Only the best shall pass. Apply when you feel up to the task. Very nice. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of kind of SAS who dares win kind of vibe going on there. And then we've got, what have we got in here? We've got bunks for the monks. Monk bunks. A little bit of, yeah, maybe hide some stuff in here, you know? You got monks. Why should the player come in here? If they come in here, they get rewarded with just these closets. Maybe they can be rewarded with a hidden loot chest in the back corner or something. Or maybe some of the other items that give loot. So, for example, if you go to the deco ones, the techno tab, these all give loot of varying types. These two, this one doesn't, but the rest of them are all lootable, and they sometimes give meds and nice stuff. So you could hide some of those in these rooms so that the player is rewarded a little bit more for going into them. Again, a little bit of variety and texture in here would be nice, and a little bit of gold as well. Maybe gold the air ducts up or something, you know, just to remind them where they are. Put the symbol of Farr in here as well. If this is where they're all sleeping, they need to be reminded constantly of why they're here. But yeah, this is a nice room, nice retreat. Lots of seating space. A little bit more life in here, I think, would be good. And then we've got, what have we got here then? So this is only the best need apply. All right. We go down. Your fitness matters. Wait for your number to be called. The Brotherhood prides itself on healthy recruits. Oh, okay. Now they're body shaming. Okay, so it's a nice little waiting area. We've actually got a guard at the door this time. Very nice. Oh, okay. Shadiness. Shadiness. So this is where they get sort of tested, I assume, on their medical fitness. Alright, yeah. Maybe add a couple of little cheeky little blood spatters, maybe? I don't know, you know? Like that, you know, little... Oh god, what happened here? Maybe a little bit under the shower there. Ooh, gross. You know, just a little bit of shadiness, also, if you're waiting for your number to be called, maybe you can have another LCD up there with a number on it, currently serving number 347 or something. Would be cool. But yeah, okay, intrigued. Moving on. Oh wow, what we got? We are sorry, but you failed your physical. You may request to repeat the exam in 30 days. Follow the white line to the exit. Enjoy the rest of your stay at the retreat. Collect your belongings here and exit across the room. Ooh. Right. We got some spawners in here. Xerax? What are they doing here? Xerax? Okay, so when it comes to spawning bad guys in, they need to be robots. They need to be robots, so that the Brotherhood of Farr basically just buy robots. Because robots can be programmed to do whatever they want, and also their memories can be wiped, which is very, very handy when you're dealing with shady stuff. So if you swap these Xerax out for, I think, let me just, there are 3 types of robots you can use. You've got the assault androids, which are the ones that generally feature in Polaris stuff. So the assault cyborg, sorry. These ones, I think Sentinel and Cyborg are damaged. I wouldn't use Commando again. Maybe a little bit too much. Don't worry about the engineered and damaged cyborgs and stuff. But there is then the mechanoid, which is the mechanoid that the Xerax generally use. And there is finally the turret robot type, which is all the way down here. Turret robot V2. So make sure you're using those, and in very sort of exceptional circumstances, you can use the Talon Sentinels, the Talon crossbow people. Obviously the Brotherhood of Farr are not Talon, but we're kind of limited in what sort of species, what sort of NPCs that we can actually use. The soldier alien shotgun, assault rifle as well, could be used in very rare circumstances, but generally speaking, unless they are a member of the Templars, then the spawners will just be robots. If they're securing a POI, they'll be robots. So use the robots. Oh. So, sorry you failed, good luck, and then you just get absolutely slaughtered trying to escape. Oh, brutal, savage. We need a cleanup room. We need a cleanup room with a furnace to cook all the bodies away. We got some nice loot here, excellent. Excellent, I think that's good. A couple of red containers. Feel free to repaint the containers as well so that they're not just red. We've got a lot of different colours in this POI, I see. Oh, crikey, we go down even further. Ah, right, okay, interesting. Alright. Is that a trapdoor? It is, with another loot container in it. Sorry, I'm totally spoiling, but I did give you a spoiler warning earlier. So, get in the retreat. More spawners. Oh, this is nice. I like this corridor. Very nicely done. Yeah. Very nicely done. Good job. Texturing there. Brotherhood of Farr, priests only. Brothers only. Not priests. They're not all priests, so this would just say brothers only. Check for daily code. Oh wow, okay. And then this is the final room. We've got more spawners, CPU extensions, and of course a nice epic looty loot. I assume that there's an explodey block there that will destroy not only the core, will it destroy the loot as well? No, loot is safe. Well, fair enough. It's heavily damaged, but it actually works. Okay, nice. Oh, I think that's good. I think that's good. For the number of spawns you've got there, the number of sentries, the effort required by the player, I think that loot is fine. My only question is, where you've gone from, you know, applying to be in the Brotherhood, you're told either successful or to gather your belongings. And then it just goes to a full-on dungeon. Yeah, I'm a little bit confused, if I'm completely honest, about what the story is in this POI. But do let me know just DM me an explanation. If I'm missing something, I'm sorry. I'm a little bit confused on that one. But otherwise, you've done a fantastic job there. It looks like a really, really fun POI to run. A few notes of change there. Just, I think we'll just brighten it up and liven it up slightly. But very, very nice work. Thank you very much, Silvershadowtwo. Okay, next over is the Tower of Knowledge, and this is my oldmansheck. Thank you very much, oldmansheck. This is looking great, fantastic. You've got the color sort of ratio between the grays and stuff spot on. I would like a few more variations between the sort of grays and charcoal that you've got going on here. At the moment, it is all just charcoal and also just all plain texture. Feel free to sort of vary it up a little bit. You know, you can use my existing FAR POIs as a kind of basis for which block suits which texture and things like that if you like, but otherwise I think you've got the ratio spot on. The extra glowies are fantastic here. You used actual Xeno material there to give it that proper gold flowy glowiness. Tower of Knowledge. Okay, let's check it out inside. Yes, we've got some nice, please check in before entering a temple. Oh, it's a temple called the Tower of Knowledge. That's fine. That's good. Okay, I wasn't sure what it is. I thought it'd be some like library / archivey type thing, but we are in temple territory, which is fine. We've got some pews, a little sort of priesty dude at the front. Not a priest, sorry, brother. Even I do it. See, and we go up into Gerald arrested for public intoxication until authorized. Authorities found he was not intoxicated, just mentally unstable. Gerald gets everywhere. He's such a nuisance. Oh, this is nice. I like this actually. This kind of little Brotherhood of Farr history. Obsession with gold. The Brotherhood of Farr wouldn't have an entry on them saying they're obsessed with gold. It would all be propaganda. So it would be like spreading prosperity through wealth or something like that. Accessing Polaris shopping site. Man, everybody's browsing history is just here to see, isn't it? Oh, I like this. I like this little kind of area. It's like almost like an internet cafe type thing, isn't it? Very nice. And then we can go up again. We've got like a little control room. Things that I like the FAR symbol emblazoned in gold there. Very, very nice. Very good. Very on brand. Was there a door I missed? Oh, it's just that one. Right. And then the top of the tower. The top of the tower. We got a couple of guards. And some kind of like oversight and some administration going on. Very nice. A little bit of life in here. Some spawners, maybe with some aliens wandering around as well would be good. Again, a little bit of variety of texture on the walls and stuff. Again, you can very simply, these sort of things, this texture is fantastic. And you can just, even with the same color, just run this up these walls here. If I don't keep missing. And then sort of carry that on with maybe some arching blocks over the top there. Would make the world of difference. And it's such a simple addition, and it would just break up these kind of plain walls a little bit. Again, sort of mounting points for lights and stuff like that. Can make a world of difference. And just liven it up and break up the kind of the plain stuff. But I think you've got the gold to grey ratio quite nicely done. The light fittings are interesting. Well, they're good. They're good. I'm going to keep them. And it's consistent all the way down. There's so many glowies. The glowies are strong. The pipes are strong. Very good. Right, and then there's an underground as well. So this is like a... Oh, yeah. You got a restroom. This is good. Open showers. No privacy. At least you can take a dump privately. Restricted access. Red door. Can't open it. Doesn't open for you, so it's not public access. And then, oh yeah, now we're suddenly in some kind of like, oh, shady military. Everything's changed, hasn't it? Which is brilliant. This is exactly what I was hoping for. Was we transition from the public side of FAR, which is all kind of like, hey, check it out, what's up, to the shady side of FAR, which is all just kind of like military style, hard steel, cold, technological, industrial in some levels. Look at this. This is fantastic. You've got some spawners going on here. What we got here? These assault cyborgs. Perfect. Absolutely perfect choice. Brilliant. Assault Cyborg Commando. Ouch. Entry prohibited. I mean, entry's already been prohibited, isn't it? Is it? Yeah, more entry is prohibited. Please clean up after eating. I think that's only polite. Don't be a Gerald. Clean your table. Man, Gerald is just an insult now, isn't it? Yeah, I'm liking the texturing, the use of the deco blocks in here. This is really nice. Oh, fantastic job. And yeah, very good. Oh yeah, little garden area with some tiling, some piping. Very good. Excellent stuff. Ah, well, hello. Now suddenly it's gold is liquefied. There's some kind of gold processing thing. This access activates the gold room. I like this. We've got the glowies and pipes and stuff like that. It's almost like a little gold refinery thing going on down here. Here's a switch for the secret door. Secret door. I'm not even going to go into the secret door. Let's wait. Let's wait and see. This looks like a wonderful dungeon to run. This is good. Oh, I like it. I like it. And then, of course, the entry prohibited behind here. Oh, this goes down even further. Whoa. Okay. We got holding cells. Oh, brilliant. Why has that one got a switch, huh? They've all got switches in them. Spawners in there. Oh, man. This looks dangerous. This looks real dangerous. Attention, all 4 switches must be activated to access the core. Oh, okay. Cell door master switch. Okay, so you open the cell doors and then you've got to switch all the switches in there. There's 4 of them. And that will activate the core. And each one of those rooms has got a dangerous sort of something or other in there to attack you, kill you. Ooh. There's an epic loot container up there that's just, ooh. Don't forget as well, guys, you can change the color of these. So, you know, you could change it to the gold, for example. And then have sort of a yellow glowy. Or you change it to the black. Or whatever. They don't need to be the purple. If the purple kind of upsets the color scheme that you're working with or whatever, then just change it. And then yeah, you blow the core and you've got some loot here. No, I think that's good. I think you've done well there. I think that's a good ratio. Nice. Okay, very, very nicely done. Few points I would say on the texturing on the top side of things here. The little meteorite icon, I just noticed that. That's brilliant. Very nice. Very, very nice. You can also, if you wanted the Brotherhood of Farr to be even bigger or something, you can use a single LCD to put that up there. But that's nice. I like that. Yeah, a few points to maybe vary the texture, because you vary the texturing inside here with the columns and stuff like that. But and then I think you kind of further up, it sort of fades off a little bit on these walls, and especially on the outer walls here. If you could variety that a little bit, I think that will make the world of difference. Very interesting POI. Tower of Knowledge. Is it a temple or is it a prison? Who knows? Very nice. Either way. Oldmansheck. Dude, thank you very much. Okay. Next over we have the Farr Trade Station, and this is by WDC-Knight. Some of you may recognize the name, and joins us on the Death Race every now and again. Say every now and again, very consistently, I'd say. Right, a little bit of power. Yes, the Farr Trade Station. And already, I mean, I'm looking around the outside of this thing and I am in love with it already. Oh my. So yeah, these trade stations generally wouldn't have existed before their introduction to the Polaris. So the fact that this is all technological, with slight echoes back to their medieval roots. Oh, that's nice. That is very nice. Little open air kind of like barbecue scene going on here. It's very nice. Just be aware that these guys here, if she's going to walk around, she will escape. They will eventually escape the confines of this area and start walking around outside the POI. So you have to come up with some kind of like really ingenious ways to kind of lock them in with railings or doors or other such things. But yeah. This is very, very nice. I think you've done a fantastic job on the outside. The variety of texture is good. The ratio of gold, grey and stuff is spot on. And I love that you've used other deco blocks and stuff like that to really kind of variety it up. Even the different size solar panels. Brilliant. Pipes are strong. The glowies are strong. The glass is strong. It is. Oh yeah, look at that. Very nice touch. And the tower as well. Don't feel like you need to have a huge phallic structure for the tower. I have actually nerfed the towers on my temple and stations to make them less penisy. So, you know, they don't need to be quite as tall if you don't want them to be. I mean, by all means, do you, but just wanted to let you know, they don't need to be quite so penisy anymore. Oh yeah, there's great stuff going on in this trade station already. I'm loving it. Very, very nice. Okay, let's find a door. This one will do. Armor and boosts, interweave, very nice. Little LCD work going on there. Embargo locker, authorized personnel only. I like that. Another trader here. Archaeological. Some spawners. I guess just some, yep. Some civilians loitering around in here. Yeah, this is nice. Ah, yes, extra texture and symbol works and stuff like that. Extra effort gone in there. Very nice. Some traders. General outfitter. Nice. Armor lockers and stuff dotted around. Same on this side. Brotherhood arms. Joe's Eats Market Cafe. Very good, very good. Oh yeah. Generator locked away in there. Oh, I think you've done very well on the kind of the ratio. Is that Shady Trails? Totally overpowered. Thought it would be the Shady Yumsy low. Look at that loot container up there. Very well hidden. I like it. Soldier human male shotgun. That's absolutely fine. Absolutely fine as long as there's not too many of them. This door goes up into. We've got shield generator. We've got solar capacitors. We're in amongst the gold now, aren't we? Oh, this is a very expensive room. This is a very expensive room. Is there any way to go from here? I think this is just a dead end, isn't it? But this is fine. It is, at the end of the day, remember, a trade station, not necessarily a full-on dungeon. So I don't expect a big underground kind of maze to contend with. In most trade stations, you've got the trade floor, and then you've got some extra bits and bobs loitering around for you to explore or get into trouble in. And this is no different by the look of it. I love this little tunnel outside. That's very nice. Couple more people. A little bit of medical. Doctor. Kill patients. Nice. Aunt Mary's is here. Excellent. Aunt Mary's is always up for getting set up in all sorts of frontiers of space station. Brilliant stuff. Very good. Okay, and there's a bit more up as well. This takes us out to the roof space here, which actually doubles as an SV pad, I assume. Brilliant. Very, very nice. Very nice trade station. I think that works brilliantly. Spot on. WDC-Knight, thank you very much. Very, very few points to go back on with that one. Gotta say. Excellent work. Okay, next over. The Far Village, or I think it's just maybe village. It's like a Brotherhood of Far Village, which is a very sort of medieval looking kind of oldie worldy village with some nice structures and kind of like shrines to Far. I really like this one. This is very nice. And again, you got the filler blocks, which remember will just appear as the sort of terrain that it's spawned on. It's kind of nice little glowy ball in the middle as an homage to the tower that Far used to rain gold down on Parthix when he crash landed those hundreds or so years ago. Let's have a look inside. We've got several buildings here, so we've got some really nice stuff. We've also got the kind of medieval style Talon-esque fish racks and carts. We've even got some Talon running around here, which kind of makes sense, I guess, because they do look, well, they're the only ones that we've got to choose from, really, from the medieval looking stuff, aren't they? So we've got some nice stuff in here. I think this can be maybe fleshed out a little bit more. It's looking a little plain and empty for someone's house. Maybe divide the rooms up. Maybe have a separate room here, one as a bedroom, one as a living space. You know, just think of it as like an actual home here. I think you've got the texturing on. Stone floors, wood ceilings and stuff, with some nice modern windows in there. Windows would be very popular as soon as Polaris arrived because, you know, they keep their houses warm and stuff. The log cabin look is strong. Oh, we've actually got a trader in here. Grimgar's Garden is trading away. Very nice. So again, you could sort of maybe decorate this room with a few more trinkets of the old sort of Talon furniture and stuff. Maybe add a couple of crates of modern looking cargo boxes in there as well, just to really sort of get that contrast between old and new. And then we've got a sort of guards tower thing going on up here with a switch with main A, which I assume means main entrance. It's a Talon guard up there. I think outside you absolutely nailed it. I really like the shrines and stuff like that. So in here then, we've got a few more Talon-y dudes. And again, oh, you got another trader. Medical ingredients trader. Yeah, a few more sort of little bits of furniture in here would do great. Would do really nice. I like that, you know, you just got a little bit of sort of far kind of stuff going on here. Again, you got a little bit of bedroom here. Maybe sort of cordon that off a little bit. Add a little bit of privacy in there for them. Maybe a little living area here. Don't be afraid to use some of the more modern furniture in there as well, just to give it that kind of weird contrast between, well, they're between medieval and technological. So, what is this LCD saying? Thank you. Think you are worthy. Find the 3 and you shall be set free. Free. So I assume that's sort of referring the trapdoors and stuff. 3 switches throughout the village that will open a door. And then the dungeon crawling begins. And here we go. Instantly transforms to a high-tech facility underground the village. Oh, brilliant. Please check weapons here. There's a Darius and everything. A couple of Dariuses. Metal detector. Oh, this is where you really had fun, isn't it? I can tell now. The texture variety is really cranked up. The variety and the sort of colours and stuff like this. Yeah. Now you're having fun. I see. Very, very nice. Yes, this is looking very shady now. What the hell is this secret underground lair doing here under a village? Corner doors. I love that. Oh my god. Yeah. Look at this. You've gone to town. Oh, it's beautiful. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Sentries. Yeah. Just little cargo rooms. Oh, I'm lost. I'm so lost and I don't care. Because it is all so fantastically well done. Brilliant. I don't even know what direction I'm supposed to go in. This is kind of like an open world kind of POI where it's just like, here's all the rooms, good luck. Brilliant stuff. Ah, shady medical lab with blood all over the floor. Fantastic. There's even like loot stuffed in the ceiling. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Alright. I don't even know where this is. Have we been here before? It doesn't really matter. We got sentries popping out the walls left and right. We're in so much trouble right now. We're... Staff room. Today's special, beef burger and ratatouille. Smashing. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah. Okay, we've got a little elevator here. This goes further down. Ah, we're so dead. We're so dead. Shutter doors. Fantastic. Look at this. It just keeps going. There's just more to it. You've done such amazing work. We've got another little holding cells going on here. Yes. I wants it. This is brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Well done. Very well done. I'm so lost. This is where we started from, isn't it? And you can go so many different ways and end up right back where you started from. Oh man. Awesome. I don't even know where the end of the POI is. It doesn't matter. We're going to clear it all anyway. Brilliant stuff. Village. It has taken me by surprise, that has, because I thought, you know, with the rooms up here, so sparsely decorated, there wasn't going to be much underground here at all, but absolutely took me by surprise how much you've done under the ground here. If you just spruce up the upside a little bit more, oh, I think you've got an absolute banger there, mate. Well done. Perfect stuff. Okay, next up is the Farr statue by Sulusdacor. This is just a nice little surface POI. There's not much to it, but it's Sulusdacor, and therefore it's absolutely stunning. I don't know why the spawners are upside down, but let's go with it. A nice little Farr statue. Very nice. It's Art Deco. It's Art Deco. You've done very well, and you've even hidden a little cargo box down there as well. Super. Very nice. I really like the use of the deco blocks and various blocks you have at your command to just give little bits of detail and stuff. Always admired that on your builds, and this is no different. Blocks that I would not think to use. Why would you put a ladder there? Why would you put a ladder? But you have, and it works. It's wonderful. Thank you, Sulusdacor. Awesome. Awesome. Next up is the Eye of Far. This is just a defense satellite. It's basically a box, but I do like that you've got the Far symbol on there. And this is done by Donk2K7 RWD. Thank you, Donk. Yeah, you've got the Far symbol in there emblazoned very nicely, and this will do very nicely as a little basic kind of defense satellite. Nothing much to it. Couple of lasers and flak. Simple, easy, done. There is scope out there for some slightly bigger, maybe slightly complicated defense satellites, maybe with some solar panels on them and things like that. But this very much do as a little kind of sentry post around some space stations. So thank you very much for that. Very, very nice. Next up, this is actually an SV, so can't be a POI. This is the troop transport, and this is also by WDC-Knight. I'll just give a quick overview of this because it looks nice. It looks nice. I like the fact that you've created an SV based around the symbol of the Brotherhood. You've done well. You've done well there. This is a very interesting little SV. Very luxurious, glass floor, marble walls, lots and lots of like passenger seats and stuff. Big old engines, high ceilings, in an SV. Absolute madness, sir. But kudos. Thank you for that. Building this SV. Maybe one day Elion can add us a custom troop transport for the game, for the Brotherhood, and this is what it will look like, roughly. Who knows? Awesome stuff. Just a couple more late entries into this episode. The Hydroponics. And this was submitted by Allesia. Thank you, Allesia, for this one. Let me just turn my flashlight on so we can actually see a bit. I think you've done... I love the towers down the side. You've got the golden blazoning there. I think this symbol could maybe be shrunk down slightly. I'm not sure a Hydroponics would have a huge glowing Far symbol above it. It looks a little out of place. I love the enthusiasm. It looks a little out of place, if I'm honest. I love the archway, though, and the towers, the golden blazoning that you've got in here. Also, the sort of variety of textures you've got going on the floor here. Are these blast doors? They are? Wow, okay, this is one secure hydroponics bay, but oh, this is a really nice touch as well, using these like round blocks here. That gives a really nice texture around these plants. So around the outside we've got lots of storage, sort of little these things look great on the side of a hydroponics thing. They look like they're water feeding into the hydroponic system, but just around the outside here you've got lots of things. These glowy triangles you've got around the wall's edge, they're a little bit too much. I would prefer if they were more of a feature rather than actually a staple part of the build. If you wanted to go for a sort of traditional kind of medieval style wall with the I don't know what you call them, but the pointy uppy sticky uppy bits along the way, then I would stick with that, and then maybe every now and again shove one of these glowy triangles in there. I think at the moment just all of those at the same time is a little bit too much, but everything else is looking really, really nice. I love that you've used the railings to secure all these like fuel and power systems over here, and inside is, well, yeah, it's pretty much your standard garden. Again, you can use the ready for harvest plants from the item menu here. If you search harvest, all of these plants, they're in the state of ready to harvest. You could plant them into your grow plots to give your farm some life, and then that will spawn as a POI with fully grown plants that the player can pick if no, they can't because of the reputation. Well, they can pick if they dare, but you know, they will have to sacrifice their reputation for it. Otherwise, I think this is a perfect garden. It's nice and easy, not too complex. Maybe add a fridge in here would be good. Does this secret hole goes down into the core generator, and there's a loot container down here as well. That's a nice touch. That is a very, very nice touch. I like that. But yeah, add some fully grown plants in here. Maybe have a little look at this wall. I think this is maybe a little too much. And this this far symbol is... again, I love the enthusiasm, but it's maybe a little bit too much for a hydroponics bay. But otherwise, fantastic little build here. You've got a really, really nice features with this one. Random little bit of L here. I'm not sure that's done on purpose as well. Very, very nice. Thank you, Allesia. Much appreciated. Very, very good. Finally, then, the final one for today is the open market. And this is by Esco. Thank you, Esco, for this one. This looks really, really nice. I love the variety of blocks you've got, the contrast between old and new as well. You've got the sort of far gold emblazoning stuff going on. Really, really nice. I love these sort of... the trellises that you've got going over the sort of market area here is really nice. The ratio between gold and the greys and stuff is also spot on. You've got a very interesting looking little open air market here. Varieties in the textures on the floor as well is much appreciated. Traders in these little pods, brilliant. Trader static, I love it. Some buckets and stuff, very, very nice. Very good. Oh, I do like this. Maybe you've got some spawners here, haven't you? Medic, cyborg, static. Maybe a couple of other civilians just loitering around. You've got assault cyborgs loitering, but perhaps a couple of like Talon civilians and stuff would also look quite good loitering around the area, just to give it a little bit more life. Maybe a few potted plants as well. You got a couple. Yeah, I don't know. It's all good. You're good. This is a very nice looking POI. Excellent job. I don't think there's anything underneath it. No, you've just got the generators and stuff underneath. That's perfect. Absolutely fine. Very nice. Very nice. Again, a nice little quick surface-only POI. Guys, I don't know what to say, but you have really outdone yourself. I can't believe the number of POIs you've managed to produce in such a short amount of time. And they're fantastic. They're really, really good. I'm speechless. It's amazing work. Thank you so much, everybody. You've done a fantastic job. Keep it up. Keep it coming. You know, hopefully that what I've done today has been helpful in the sort of feedback that I've given. I'm hoping that we can get more POIs in. What I'm going to do, I think, in the next few days is work on the planet so that I can actually get all these POIs spawned into their natural habitats, as it were, so that they're not up here with their horrible blue boxes in space. I want to get them spawned in as actual working POIs. Any revisions that you guys make in the meantime, or any POIs that you build in the meantime that you would like to add me to that, continue to submit them and tag me in to the Builders Corner channel on my Discord, and I will try and keep bringing them in to videos like this to show them off, and we'll get this faction built up in no time. At this rate, it really is going to be no time. Keep up with the hard work, guys. You're doing a fantastic job. I'm so pleased, and I can't wait to see all of these guys on our planet at their best. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.